Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. I hope you are doing great. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time to the channel, I welcome you and thank you so much for checking me out. And if this is a return, and if you're a subscriber already, thank you so much for coming back. It's always a pleasure to see you and to read for you yet again. First, a few couple of notes before we get started. As always, that this is a general reading, so it won't resonate with every single Virgo out there. If it does resonate with you, the messages are meant for you, and if it doesn't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Virgo. This will mostly be corresponding to Virgo Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Virgo cross watchers are welcome to be here as well. So, if this particular reading doesn't resonate with you that strongly, definitely check out the other signs and placements in your chart, and then you can relate them to the other readings. Like, for example, my moon sign is Capricorn, so I could look at Capricorn and get, and extra messages from that, or my Venus sign in Pisces, I could get extra messages from that, and it's the same for everybody else out there too. So if you're interested in a personal reading or any extra information about the card decks I use, etc., all that information will be in the description box below. And if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. So, Virgo, let's get into your reading. We're in that very dreamy, mystical, and often confusing time of the year known as the Sun moving through Pisces. Now, Pisces is the opposite sign from Virgo, so during this time of year, you definitely will feel kind of that push and pull, that back and forth sort of energy going on. It can be a little bit challenging because of that. But you also will feel the need to do a lot of balancing. Take it one day at a time in order to get through it the best. Mercury is in retrograde right now, and it is also in the sign of Pisces, so that does make it even more cloudy, even more confusing. Miscommunications happening, people misunderstanding each other, and because all this Pisces happens in your 7th house universally, Virgo, it's definitely related mostly to your personal relationships, one-on-one, interactions between you and others. So this isn't just about romance, it's also about friendship, working relationships, etc. It's really a good idea to double check, everything that you say. If you think that you've said something and you think that they've heard you, make sure that they did, because sometimes you go back and they're like, oh, I totally didn't hear you. So always double check anytime we're in a Mercury retrograde. But that's where most of that energy is right now. The really positive thing that I will reiterate to all my Virgos out there is that we do have 4 planets right now moving through Capricorn. Mars just joined up in Capricorn as well. So now we have Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all moving through the sign of Capricorn. That is lighting up your 5th house. This is giving you a lot of strength, a lot of star power. It's shining a light on you because it's that Leo house. So for any of the Virgos that are having to kind of come to the forefront, which is not always where you guys go, because you definitely are a more modest sign. You are all about helping other people and service to humanity. But if, you're one of those Virgos that's really kind of pushed to the front and is, made to speak in front of a lot of people, or suddenly it's like that light is shining on you and the spotlight's hitting you, it's time to shine, it's time to step up. And it's not for nothing, because with all that Capricorn, it usually indicates, you've done some work, you've done some big work over a period of time that has brought you to a point of recognition, or a point that you are, maybe getting even more responsibility, taking on maybe a new role at work, etc. But however soever, Virgo, you are getting the spotlight shown on you. So let's go ahead and get into your cards and see what's going to come up. I'm going to start with a few major themes, and then we're going to do a full Celtic cross with the tarot. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, Please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Virgo as we do the reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. Please be with them, protect their energy as well as mine, and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Ooh, so Virgo, you've got the Hanged Man coming up. So one cycle has not quite completed and one cycle has not yet started. You are in the process. This card to me many times mean that it's going to take some patience, going to take some follow through. If things are challenging right now, or you feel like you're going through a little bit of a trial by fire and you're having to really handle some difficult energies, this is just saying don't give up, keep going. There is a reason for why you're going through these challenges or through this kind of like uncomfortable situations, and they will come to an end, and you will actually reach a greater point of enlightenment, wisdom, and spiritual awareness as you step forward. So not a bad card at all to pull. The Hangman is actually quite beautiful in its symbology. So let's pull a card from the Crystal Chakra deck and see what area of the chakra system is the best to focus on, and what crystal or gemstone would be good for you to use right now. Ooh, look at that. So Cinnabar comes up, and that has to do with business, with work, public work, and also the sacral chakra. So to me, Virgo, the sacral, is all about creativity, rebirth, regeneration. It's very Scorpio kind of energy to me because it's that regenerative area of the body. Also, this does have to do with business, with work, and the efforts that you're putting in. So bringing more creativity into your work, stepping out of the box a little bit when it comes to finding solutions to problems is very favored right now. So let's pull a card from the Druid Animal deck to see which spirit animal energy is the strongest around you this first 2 weeks of March. Ooh, look at that. So the owl comes up. And Virgo, this is a very positive and very helpful card that to me tells you that you do have the gift and ability of seeing through the dark and into the heart of the matter. So even though all this confusion is going on with all this Pisces retrograde and all this mist and fog and cloudiness surrounding a lot of things, you actually have a little bit better ability to see through a lot of the confusion, a lot of the clutter, and just get to the heart of the matter no matter what. You know, the owl to me is always a very protective spirit. Not everybody always sees him that way, but I definitely do. You know, is that even if you're kind of being attacked, even if you're going like, you know, through that Hanged Man cycle where it's like you're really having to put up with quite a bit of challenge or struggle, the owl is very good at, you know, protecting you through that and giving you that wisdom, giving you that insight, helps you see through the dark, through the confusion, through any kind of deception that might be trying to be played out on you. And so, you know, if you feel like you're kind of struggling, just call on that owl spirit. That's a very positive one to have on your side. So let's move Mr. Dragon over here, and we're going to get into your tarot. We're going to be using the Rider-Waite. I'm going to be using for the regular spread and then clarifying with the Celestial Tarot. So let's go ahead and see what's going to be coming up for my Virgos for this first half of March. And that Mercury retrograde does end on March the 9th, guys, so we're not far away from that. Venus is also going to be moving into Taurus that same day, and that is a wonderful, wonderful place for it to go, and especially for you because it will be for it, you know, in a fellow earth sign. So yeah, very, very nice stuff coming up for my Virgos here. Ooh, Virgo. And oh my goodness, Hanged Man's back. I'm telling you, that is a strong card for you right now. But right in the center, check it out. We've got that Queen of Wands. Very fiery. Like I said, all of that Capricorn energy is hitting that Leo house. She is definitely a Leo card. Very, very strong solar energy. Very passionate. Very fiery, very abundant, very generous. She's very magical. She knows how to manifest things and bring things into being. So a lot of Virgos right now, you really have, you have the power, you have the spotlight, you have that star quality. Even if you're not a Leo and you don't have any Leo planets, you are hitting that Leo spotlight, guys, so very strongly. And look at that! Jupiter with the Wheel of Fortune is clarifying that card for you. So not only that, but Jupiter is on your side. That's a planet of good fortune. Jupiter is in your universal Leo house right now for all Virgos. So very, very powerful. The Wheel of Fortune means that things are moving in your favor, like it or not. All of your detractors, anybody that's not on your side, is just going to have to put up with it because the good stuff is rolling on in your favor. So going in the immediate past, Virgo, this is you really leaving behind anything that's not been spiritually or emotionally fulfilling. This is always a very I love this card. It's a beautiful card because to me it indicates that you're leaving behind anything that's been hurtful, anything that's been difficult, anything that's been, you know, especially emotionally painful, and you're not putting up with it anymore. It's like you're going to go forward and find, you know, that 9th cup of wish fulfillment. You're going to go forward and find your happiness. So it's a beautiful kind of energy to me that comes from that. And yeah, 7 of Wands, which was, you know, what was coming up over top of that. So you're moving past a lot of self-made conflict, anything that was, you know, kind of up in your head and you were worried about it, or things that, you know, like, well, how am I going to face that person? How am I going to deal with this situation or whatever's coming at me? You might have realized that some of it wasn't really that big of a deal. Or you've realized that you can easily, it's like, I'm just going to move past that. I'm going to go to the next level. I'm not even going to sink to that level. All right. So on the undercurrent, this is what's going on in your subconscious. Look at that, 4 of Wands. So you are very focused on creating balance, harmony, abundance, a happy home, connecting with people that maybe in the past even that you might have been in conflict with, but now you're very focused on having that happiness and that stability come forward. So even if you aren't enjoying that currently, that's definitely what your subconscious mind is focused on. This can also be, for some of you, even a twin flame relationship, because many readers will look at that 4 of Wands and see that 1111 in that card. So let's check out a clarifier for this 4 of Wands. And look at that Pluto Judgment card. So there's some kind of rebirth going on. Virgo, for some of you, this is definitely a reconciliation, or, you know, something where you're coming back together. Because to me, that Judgment card is definitely like a higher vibration of the Death card. It's sort of like the Death is the actual death and transition, transformation. And then that Judgment card is the rebirth, you know, the regeneration, the realignment, the actual, you know, it's like death, you know, life after death kind of feeling. So it's very, very powerful. And you're definitely having a rebirth of some kind going on within you, around having that stability, that happiness, that, you know, sense of community as well. Then on the top, crowning the deck, crowning the spread, is that Hanged Man again. There he comes back up. So to me, yet again, trial by fire, sense of sacrifice, giving of yourself, and, you know, looking forward to the next phase of enlightenment and wisdom after this challenge, after this trial is over. You really have good things to look forward to in spirit. That's the higher mind. That's what spirit is bringing through as a message for you right now, Virgo. So let's clarify this Hanged Man, see if there's anything extra that spirit would like to add to that. Prince of Pentacles. So this is the same as the Knight of Pentacles. And so to me, that is slow but steady progress. And this is saying, yes, the message from Spirit, this work is going to be worth it, Virgo. It's slow but steady wins the race. You know, even if it doesn't feel like it's going to happen like overnight, it is happening. And even if you seem to have an immediate success, you know, because like I said, you've got a lot of that coming in, you know, with all that Leo energy and that Jupiter energy here. So some people might think, wow, they had this overnight success. And you're like, no, yeah, no, I didn't. I was working hard every step of the way. You have no idea, because, you know, that Knight of Pentacles is all about, you know, you're going to get there, but it's taken an effort, right? Then going forward into the immediate future, we have that Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is all about an emotional moving forward. Could even be a love offer from someone. Could be you bringing a love offer to someone else. Many times there is something romantic or emotional there. So let's see what clarifies him, please. Seven of Cups. So any offers that you might get going into the future, and oh, one of my candles just went out, so pay attention to this one. Seven of Cups. Virgo, just be careful a little bit, because for some of you, Seven of Cups can mean you might have a whole lot of romantic offers or a lot of people come in your way. That's very possible for some of my Virgos. But to me, Seven of Cups sometimes is a little bit confusing. So make sure that you vet all of those offers. Anybody that seems like too good to be true, definitely be on your guard with that. So just a little word to the wise there, because that is very much a Pisces Neptune card. We are, you know, working through that Mercury retrograde in Pisces, so just be aware that even going forward, even into this next few weeks, you know, we're still in that kind of confused energy. There's nothing wrong with putting someone off until after March 9th, right? Say, well, give me a little time. Let me wait. Let me make sure everything's clear. Help me to focus a little better, right? So let's pull you some advice going up this side here. Woo! Flip that one out. Okay. Ready to go. Got our fire. Fire, fire. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on, Virgo. Oh my goodness. So Page of Wands coming up. Suggested approach. This is fresh new beginnings, fresh new energy coming up. Very, very beautiful. King of Wands, that is what you need to know about this. So this is definitely stepping into your power, stepping into your sense of authority, going up into the hopes and fears. There is that Four of Swords. So for you, it's like you really don't want to stop, but you realize that you might have to take some breaks. There might be a sense of patience, or a sense that, you know, you need some rest. You need some time for rejuvenation, because you're putting a lot of energy out here with all this fire coming up. Yes, but Ace of Cups. So if you take some time to just, you know, rest, recuperate, rejuvenate a little bit, Virgo, it will pay off in droves, because that Ace of Cups is very strong. But what I'm worried about right here for you guys is this Three of Swords here at the outcome, because that can be such a card of just, you know, heartbreak, or people just not being true to you. So let's get a clarifier, because if we can avoid any of that kind of thing for you, it's always better to do it. Don't you agree? And so we have the Ten of Pentacles on top of that Three of Swords. So that's actually a very, very positive card that I would say, you know, maybe the end of some of your heartbreaks, maybe the end of some of those sad, lonely nights, or those feelings of being deceived or robbed of something that should have been yours, because the Ten of Pentacles is super positive. That's like, you know, something that was meant to be lost, something that was meant to be let go of, Virgo, or somebody showing their true colors. It's like even a heartbreak could be a blessing in disguise for you, because the Ten of Pentacles is the happy home. It is the stability. It is the foundation being restored. So that's a very positive outcome to a kind of, you know, difficult card there. Very interesting. So let's pull a last affirmation for you from the Hero's Journey Oracle. Ooh, I like that. The unknown is your friend. Lean into embrace what's next. So Virgo, don't worry too much about what's right around the corner. Go through what's happening day by day and do the work that you need to do. But what's the unknown is actually really beautiful coming up around the corner. So Virgo, this was your reading for the first part of March. I hope it's wonderful for you, and I'll see you soon. Take care.